Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 47 of our Medieval Dynasty Let's Play for Season 2. Today we are going to work through the rest of summer, trying to get as much material together as we can for a fall sale run. We're also going to make sure that we have enough manure for them to actually do the rye fields as we need them to. And we're going to see if we can't get some more farmers and possibly some more fields and some more houses up, just to keep rolling on what we've got. So if you guys learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, without further ado, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, here we are. Loaded in. I have to try and remember where we were and what we were doing. How do our fields look here? That one's done. That's planted. That one's done. That one's not done. That one's not done. That one's done. So that one's fertilized. This one has some fertilizing to go. So let's see where we're at on fertilizer. We'll take care of that first. Ooh, coins. Well, we've got a bunch of manure that we can turn into fertilizer, which will help. Oh, they've got enough to finish the fields, I think, for this round. The flax is going to be touch and go. Or, well, maybe not, because we have a full season in between. We might be alright. We might actually be stabilized now. Alright. No leftover manure, that's good. Take these extra coins. Extra coins. That is a whole lot of clay. We'll make some more wine with that for them to sell. That's going to put us in a good place. Whoop, too far. No, not you. The other one.
Hail, friend.
It's another 22 wine. That's going to be quite a bit of money as well. Granted, we're not going to be selling that, so it's not going to come out of the daily sell or season sell of merchants, but it's going to help keep that sweet coin, passive coin coming in. Oh, damn it. Alright, now I'm not going to trek all the way over there with the materials. We're just going to grab them out of the storage over there. I think it'll be easier that way. And we do have a little bit of extra manure, so if we start another field, we can let them start to get it prepared while we build the house. We're going to start with one. We're going to start with one and see how it goes. So we have all winter to do more. Well, and fall. Autumn. Alright, so let's, buildings, farming, fields. Yeah, is that even? Looks even. We might have to start from the other side. There we go. That looks better. Ha! We could fit it. Fantastic. There are some trees over here that are going to have to go for the other one, though. But that's alright. We will deal with that when the time comes. So we want to be pointed north for this, to keep them even. And come... Obstacles are blocking the build site. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we have it. And then we can build our farm shed right next to it. Really? You're going to let me sink it that far in? I'm hoping that these don't overlap. We'll see what happens. But that looks sketchy to me. I would also like to get a house set up over here somewhere for merchants, so that we can get some more merchant houses up. So the farmers are nice and all, but we need somewhere to sell the excess because we're already bankrupting the valley. So if we start adding more still, we're not going to be able to offload it all. Then we're going to be stuck with produce we don't have anything to do with. Alright, I do not remember what all these take. I can't believe it let me put it that close to the house. That's absurd. 8 rocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to need a bunch of sticks and straw that I don't have available. 6 sticks. I think it's another 8 and 8, so 16. So we'll say 22 sticks, 4 logs, and 16 straw. I don't know if that's right, but that's what we're going to try. You work at a house for people who have mental disabilities? That's unfortunate. Well, it's unfortunate that they have mental disabilities. It's awesome that you work there. So I'm sure they don't have an easy time finding people willing to do that work. You know what? It's the last day of the season. Let's help her along a little bit. Oh, that was right. That was where I wanted to be. I'm going to go into... No. Into tools. And we're going to go to our iron hoe. And we'll start at the other animator in the middle. I think I have a way that we can sell seeds without worrying about running out of them. If we actually distribute 105 seeds to every one of the farming sheds, and we have 1 farming shed per field, then we won't have to worry about them needing seeds out of storage, and we will be able to actually vendor seeds as well. But ideally, I would like to get us up to where we have enough of the market stalls that we can actually make as much over the course of a season through them as we are from the villagers. I still want to keep hitting up the villagers because that's a renewable source as well. But we are only capped by how many market stalls we have as far as passive income. So I want to abuse that system as much as we can. Alright. Now the question is, where do we want to put the merchants' houses? Because I want to keep kind of the square feeling that we're going with, and I'm going to take the fields that way, I think, so maybe we could put them back here? I don't want them boxed in too much, though. We could put them up here, but we're going to start getting into stilt territory very soon. You know what? We're not expanding any further this direction. We could always put them over here. Let's put them over here. I like that idea. East. Okay, we'll get it right up against the fence there. And right up against this house, and then we'll just have to keep them all even after this. Because we're going to have a bit of a gap back here because of that, and an even bigger one over here. But we're just going to run them straight this way. We shouldn't need too many because we're going to have 2 vendors per house. Whereas with farmers, we're only going to have 1 male per house, and then the female to work in the barn or with the animals. So I think we will need less houses for the vendors to keep up with what we're doing. I think that'll let us cheese a little bit, at least. Whoop! Ah! Missed the hole. Phrasing. Oh, Come and take all your flax seeds. We have a lot. Like, a lot left over. Like, an excessive amount left over. The problem is, I don't think that we have enough, we don't have enough of the, rye to do the new field. So we're going to have to actually, during our sale run, purchase another 100 rye because I did not keep back enough. Because I didn't have the field when I was figuring out what we were holding on to last year. Why are you stuck? Can you get unstuck? No. Oh. Winnie? You're headed for the glue factory, buddy. Alright, seriously. Just some creeper out in the field with a light. Okay, now we do need to tell them our new field needs to be rye. Rye. Please? Yes. Okay. Alright, here's hoping we get an event. We did. Due to the bad mood, your villagers' productivity is down. You guys suck! Try talking with them. Drinks are on me because we have a tavern this time. So it's only going to cost us 50 coins and the tavern. And it's still 5%. Everyone had a great time. Morale is recovered. And people are ready for work. The headache after such a night, though. So we only lost 5% of efficiency. That's not a huge deal. And at least it's across the board. So we don't have to worry. Ooh, hey.
How are you?
What's up, Kazimira? You won't believe what happened while we were in Borowo. I'm still shaking with anger. Everything okay? It's not. Some bloody idiot wants to extort money from us. He accused our baby of stealing. Can you imagine the nerve of this guy? Stealing? Where'd he get that idea? No clue, as his head is apparently hollow inside. What a moron. Our boy was just playing a bit with his chickens, chasing them around the yard. Then one of the chickens ran inside the fool's house, so our son followed it in. No big deal. But the arse got furious, muscled in after him, and when he came back with our boy under his arm, he accused him of stealing an iron sickle from the house. A sickle? Why would he steal a sickle? Exactly, we have scythes. They're so much better. It's exactly what I said, but the pig just looked at us disgusted and said that some people are simply rotten apples. Then I lost it. Either way, he wants us to pay him 1,600 coins now, and threatens to report us to the Castellan if we don't. 1,600 coins for a stupid sickle? 600 for the sickle, and 1,000 for his broken nose. Nobody calls my baby a thief. Our wife is friggin' awesome. I'll deal with it. Alright, and now that this is ready, we can switch them over to rye as well. It wants me to talk to the kid first anyway, so that's convenient. Hey, Lark. Hello. I've heard about the little mishap in Borowo. Do you want to tell me what happened? Whenever something bad happens, people always think it's me. I didn't steal anything. I mean, not from this man, I didn't. Oh, that's fantastic. I know you didn't. What troubles me is why the man said you did. I have no idea what his problem is. Maybe he lost his sickle and wants to pin it on me. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Hello.
I got you a little something. Toy sword. There you go, kid. He's almost to 50%, and he's only 6. We're doing great. Alright, we definitely need to snag the manure. Oh. Hey, Stesso, what's shaking, bacon? Okay, no new geese. New piggies? 2 new piggies! We'll take it. But we are going to send them to the other pigsty? No. They're in the other pigsty. He's not, though. So we're going to send him to the other pigsty. Why are you... I'm stuck inside a sheep. Oh, wow. Top 10... top 10 list of things you never want to hear a farmer say. They always look naked when you shear them. I feel so bad. Like, I know that's why they exist. That's why we've bred them. But just looking at the poor hairless sheep makes me feel terrible for them. That pig looks depressed when he sits like that. I'm sorry, little buddy. Life's not that bad. You get paid to eat and poop. I would gladly trade places with a pig. Because we already know what the hats are going to be worth via this. So let's pull up the sewing hut 3 and go to the long hood. And pull up a calculator. So we are saying that wool cloth is worth 185. So if we take 185 times 3, that is 555. We are actually making more out of the hats with the flax per wool fabric than we would if we made the long hood. Because if you take 480 divided by 3, you're only actually getting 160 per. As opposed to our 185 with the hats. And here we'll take 26. But if you prefer to do the long hoods, then do the long hoods, man. It ain't hurting nothing. It's still profit. Just you could squeeze out a little bit more if you wanted to min-max. If you don't want to min-max, then fair enough. Alright, so there's some more knives for us. Oh, sure, no problem, Mr. Man. I actually have a full breakdown in a video. There's one with math and one without math. And if you don't want to watch said video because you don't want to waste the time doing so, the description has the breakdown of for each of the materials what was worth the most for us. With the exception of the one for simple shoes is incorrect. It's actually simple bags, because when I was doing it like we just did through the tech tree. I didn't actually check the simple bags, and I should have. They were worth slightly more than the simple shoes. But to the best of my knowledge, the rest of it remains accurate. Yes.
Treating. See you soon.
Alright, so we are now up to how many fields? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fields. So we are going to leave behind 900 flax seeds, because I have a sneaking suspicion that we will have another field up before summer. Or before spring, rather.
Have a good day.
Oh, yeah. We are definitely going to hit 900,000. That is not even in question now. The question is, can we make as big of a chunk as we did last episode? Because we went super further than I thought we were going to. I was going to be happy with 800,000, and we made it to 860, so... we basically earned 60,000 that episode. Which would actually put us close enough that Wednesday would probably hit goal. So maybe it's better if we don't, just so we squeeze that extra day. Use the crossbow because I used it so much in Skyrim. You really need it for vampires. Well, it depends on your build. Certain builds will wreck vampires, but maybe not so much other things that you need to kill. Or you could always just stealth archer like everybody else. The crossbow in this, I don't hate it, I just don't like it. It's too slow to reload for me. And I can make the bow work just fine, so I do. It's actually part of the reason I use the flat bow over the longbow as well. So the longbow is slightly more damage, but the flat bow has more durability, and it's a quicker draw. Which, I mean, that's realistic. A longbow is, well, a longbow, it takes a long time to draw. Ooh, 3 vendors!
My wares never disappoint.
There was a time when I lived in Montana that one of my friends was living with his sister because he had just moved to Montana to specifically live closer to family. But they had a terrible problem with vagrants in the alleyway behind their house and in their backyard, which for the most part we just ignored them. They didn't really hurt anybody. They were annoying, but they weren't dangerous, so to speak. But one morning when his sister was getting ready for work, oh no! You're the last vendor, Tomira! She's the very last vendor and we can't hit her up. Looks like we're camping. But one morning when she was making her coffee, she happened to look out the kitchen window, which looked out onto the backyard, and saw one of said vagrants pooping in their backyard. So she decided at that point that we were going to do something about it. So we put up a bunch of no trespassing signs. And they, of course, tore those down and continued doing what they were doing. So we went out to kick them out and put the signs back up. And my friend only had one hammer. And so we were going to use a hatchet because it was the only other tool that we had. So he handed me the hatchet, and I was going to use the back end of the hatchet, the flat end, to hammer the nails to put the other sign up. And I forgot that I was holding a hatchet when we went out to run them off, and they were giving him problems. So I came over and was gesturing wildly, and I pointed it at them and said, "Hey, you guys need to get out of here," and, you know, waved it towards the end of the alleyway and whatnot. And they all were super terrified, packed their shit and left. And it wasn't until after they left that my friend looked at me and said, "You realize you were waving a hatchet at those guys?" It's like, oh. I accidentally threatened a bunch of people with a weapon. I mean, I'm not sorry I did it, but that was not my intention. I did not mean to make them fear for their safety. I just wanted them gone. Of course, it also doesn't help that, you know, I'm 6'3" and was 275 pounds when I was fit. So, I'm not a small dude to begin with. To be waving around a hatchet on top of that was just too much. Yeah, shit happens. I feel bad because I didn't mean to threaten a bunch of people with a hatchet. that was brutal. I like to think I'm a nice person most of the time. I'm 3 sticks short. You know, we are right across the river from home. Why am I even getting sticks for a campfire? Like, we're right here. By the time I find the last 3 sticks being overburdened like we are, it would have been faster just to go home and sleep in bed anyway.
Returned.
Panicked and drove from New Jersey to Arizona to a friend's house. Got a pizza delivery job with the stolen truck in Arizona. I'm kind of impressed that they didn't, generally speaking, you have to prove insurance and all of that stuff when you get a driving job. I don't know if that's lucky or not, but that sounds like a hell of a story, though. I had an ex-girlfriend. We did not date for long. But I did not realize... I knew when I started dating her that she was a felon. I didn't know why, because I try not to judge. But over the course of dating her, we'd only been dating a couple of months. The story finally came out that she, while high on meth, robbed a convenience store for money for an abortion. at gunpoint. And that was a hard pass. There's a reason that one's an X. And no, it wasn't for she was already a felon when I knew her, so it wasn't my kid. But yeah, that one freaked me out a little bit. She seems so normal too. Alright, so we'll take our coins. We're still getting more coins. This is absurd. I am a little worried at the rate that we are accruing coins at this point that we might actually hit our million Wednesday. It's either going to be Wednesday or very early Friday. Oh, I made 200 bowls. That was way more than I meant to make. Hey, this game is like Medieval Simulator. I haven't actually played Bannerlord. I have it on my wish list, but it is definitely more involved from what I've seen of people playing it. I mean, we're almost to 1 million coins, but the way that you manage your village is quite a bit different. This is actually a building as well. And 29, so let's take 30. And we need 15 sticks for that. So not only did I build each one of these buildings ourselves. Hey, Melody. Yeah, better late than never. So yes, Jura, as far as this goes, not only did we build each of these buildings ourselves, and we can upgrade them, insulation and whatnot ourselves, you can build anywhere that you have an area flat enough. Like, we actually have 2 villages going on here. But each one of these villagers we recruited. So we built all these houses, we recruited all the villagers, and the villagers are working jobs for us that you get here in your management screen. And you can see we've got 55 workers, and all of these ones are children. That's why they don't have jobs. Like here we have our animal breeders, we have our blacksmiths, our builder, our cooks, our craftsmen, our farmers, and they all have different skill levels. And you can breed them, provided you have houses with beds enough for them, which is where the children came from. And the children's stats are an average of the parents' stats. And the more that they do a job, the better they get at it. Oh, I need to eat something. So it's more survival, but it definitely has the village management thrown in as well. I have to get to work. Have a great night. Alrighty, man. Have a good night, James. Thanks for stopping by. We definitely appreciate it. Right. I was making knives. We hit 900,000, Melody. We're at 920,000 coins. This is my first look, and the village management is mind-blowing. My wife should not know about this game because it looks like it can suck me completely in. You know, it is a lot more in-depth at first blush than you would think. It is, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's part of the reason that I made some of the videos that I did, was to help people with it, because this game is rough in your first couple of tries. Oh, hey, kiddo. Oh, shit, that's what... We forgot to finish that quest that our kid gave us. Where's my horse? Come on, Winnie. Winnie the glue. I'm seriously thinking about swapping him out for Stevie Ray Vaughan, though. Because he's starting to get kind of old. 20% per season, Stesso. Which means that that's 20% twice per season. And there's 4 seasons per year. And it's been multiple... Well, how many years has it been? So if we look at our female horse... It's been at least 2 years, because 1.25 is an adult horse. So it's been 8 seasons that have passed with no foals. Yeah, just super bad RNG. We haven't sacrificed enough enemies upon the altar of the RNGs as yet. No, I've noticed the weird eyes. Is this a thief's mark or something? You know what? Last time we were apologetic and we paid him money. This time we're going to be assholes, I think. Because this guy is just kind of a walking ambulatory penis. So, you better watch your tongue, worm. The only thing I'll be watching are your sticky fingers, thief. You have my money? My son didn't steal anything from you. I should have guessed. Family of thieves and liars. I had a newly bought iron sickle in the house. Your brat comes in and suddenly it's gone. How do you explain that, huh? So if I were to go into your house, I wouldn't find any sickle, right? Ha! Go ahead. Look for yourself. But if anything more goes missing, I'll report all of you straight to the king. Well, the king likes me, mate. So I don't know how to help you with that. I'm terribly sorry for my wife's behavior. How's your nose? Broken. You should keep that lunatic. Oh, that's enough. You won't be talking about my wife that way. She's twice the man you will never be. That's fantastic. All right, I guess we have to pay him. Oh, it's only 1,600 coins. Shit, we make like 3 times that in a day just from sitting around doing nothing. I'm really upset that we had to pay him anyway, though. I wish it would let us kill him. Because the king likes us. So, meh, I'll take my chances. Storm Saga. The sickle's in his attic? Oh! Also, hello. I did not realize that the sickle was actually in his house. Well, oh well. I would bet that by the time we get home, we'll have half of what we just spent on that waiting for us in storage anyway. I don't know. I don't know that we'll make it that far before either the patch comes out or we meet our million. I don't know if we'll make it that far on this save. But the new map comes out on December 7th. And at that point, we'll be starting over on the new map. So we will probably make it there that time. We'll see how it shakes out. But I don't know that we're going to make it there this time. I mean, this save is not going to disappear either. This save's going to get saved like our Season 1 did. I'll back it up somewhere. And we might revisit it at some point, so... The only reason I really didn't want to pop back into our Season 1 is the crafting. We didn't do the fast crafting. We did everything completely vanilla in Season 1. And I feel like that detracts a lot from the stream because we wasted so much of our time just standing around watching the timer cycle. I just looked at the clock. I think next episode, on top of the next sale run, we will try to get a mine built at every single cave for the achievement, just because. How are we doing on building limit? Oh yeah, we're fine. We still have 50 available. Made you choose cherry for the wine instead of another fruit. Well, if you look at the amount that the wines sell for, they're all more or less the same. So I went with the trees that I thought looked prettiest when they were fully grown. In the spring, the cherry trees look like cherry blossom trees, and they're really pretty. That's the only real reason. Realistically, it doesn't matter for your fruit, as long as you're turning it into juice and then wine. You're going to get around the same amount of money. Right? Alright guys, unfortunately it is about that time, and work in the morning calls and all that. So we're probably going to stop here, and we will pick back up Wednesday to finish out the rest of the season. We'll see what we can do about building mines in the other caves. And refining that iron and making some more money that way. And at the season change, we'll try and make some more money. We might actually hit our million Friday or Wednesday. It's going to be close. I mean, we need 75,000, so that's a lot. We'll hit it Friday for sure. But it's possible that we'll hit it Wednesday, but it's not super likely. But yeah. So if you guys learned anything useful or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, it is time for me to go to bed. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, and we will catch you next time.